SportsCenter919.com. You can tune in and see our studio camera. And our guest today, Miss Jackie Sibley Newton. Good morning to you, Jackie.
Good morning.
And hello out there to Sandy Alexander, our co-host and executive producer, who couldn't be with us today.
Oh, we miss Sandy today.
We miss Sandy, yeah. She's going to be here tomorrow, she said.
Oh,
But, well, this little old thing starts 2 days from now.
Right. In
over
honor
in
of
Shelby.
our birthdays, we have the American Legion World Series
They-
come for our birthday.
they
I think
always
that's so
do that.
nice of them.
They
Isn't
always,
that?
I know that.
They're always here for our
Always
birthdays.
here. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Jackie is the grand poobah of, to steal a term from Fred Flintstone or whoever. Jackie is the vice president of tourism, Cleveland County.
Yes.
Is that right? Is that
Yes.
did I say
I
it
tried
right?
to get them to change it to tourism goddess and let me wear a
Yes.
crown, but they thought that might be a little much.
I
so
could
we're
remember
sticking
that
with
better.
that.
Yeah,
we're
I could-
sticking with the vice president. So.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you with us, Madam Vice President.
Thank you. It's been an exciting weekend so far, and really getting kicked off with the seventh inning stretch. Kelly Pickler came to town and brought a few friends with her.
Yeah.
So we had a few thousand people in Uptown Shelby, and
Sure.
if you get to look at the website, the seventh inning stretch
Mm-hmm.
has a website, and they also have a Facebook page. If you get to look at the aerial views, Skip Warwick had a drone to take pictures from the air.
About
And
that.
it's amazing the carpet of people that were on the court square. So that was pretty fun.
Uh-huh.
But next we have Thompson Square coming,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the Celebration of Champions. And if everybody has not, if you've ever missed the Celebration of Champions, you really want to come. For one thing, Thompson Square is just a phenomenal act, and also it's just a really good time. These kids have been playing ball. They have been traveling. They've been away from home for weeks. Most of them have been away from home for about 3 weeks, and they finally made it. They have this hashtag Road to Shelby. That's the goal all over the United States. That's their goal, is to get to Shelby, North Carolina. And so they're finally in Shelby, North Carolina, and these kids are in awe when they get here and are treated like rock stars while they're
And
here.
that's
So
great.
we want to make them feel welcome. We want to make their families feel like this was worth the work and worth the trip. And we really would love to have a really big, full stadium for the Celebration of Champions. And the kids get to be introduced. They're walked out onto the field, and they get to be introduced, and this is just their real welcome to town. Some of them are coming in today. I know some flights are coming in like 2 in the morning. So they'll be traveling today and tomorrow to get here, and so that will start at I believe it starts at 7. The gates open to the public at 7. There will be food vendors there. It will be full on. All the vendors will be open, and the National Guard will have all of the exhibits that they bring, all the trucks and the armored vehicles that the kids can get in, and adults. I enjoy getting in there and playing with all the equipment. They will not let me fire a gun.
Uh-oh.
They won't let me do that. But it's a celebration. It's a celebration of all the hard work that these kids have done to get here, but also just a celebration of our veterans and our armed forces that are still active duty. And it's just a great time. I think the whole community comes together for it, and everybody, it's just a really exciting time to welcome all these people to town.
And this is, again, the Celebration of Champions is
Tomorrow
night?
at Keeter Stadium at Shelby High School, and it starts at 7. There are still some tickets available. They're only $10.
Okay.
And to see Thompson Square, that's awesome. And Dirty Grass Soul will be opening for them, so that's a local band. We're really excited to have them on stage with them.
Right.
And that's our big kickoff. And then Thursday, play ball. We
That's right.
start our games at 12:30, and we got some returning teams. Brooklawn has been here. This will be their 3rd year with us.
I think they're
They're
two-time defending.
champions. Yeah,
Mhm.
they've won 2 years in a row, and they're back this year. So a lot of familiar faces. The Hawaii team is coming back again, and we always love them. They're so much fun, and the chants and things that they do when they play, it's just it's a lot of fun having them. So we've got several returning teams, and they're like family to see them again. So we're real excited.
All right. So the World Series back again in Shelby, North Carolina, and I'm looking forward to being there for a couple of games to broadcast. The radio stations here will broadcast all the games on the radio and audio on the internet. Plus, there's lots of other media coverage of the games too.
There is ESPN. We'll be covering the playoff games and the last two games, and then the national championship will be on ESPNU. And so we're excited to have ESPN with us again, and that's getting broader and broader. And one thing that a lot of people may not realize is when the county negotiated that contract with ESPN to be here, they negotiated in tourism commercials. So on ESPNU, you will see commercials about visiting North Carolina, visiting Cleveland County. And so we're really excited that we have those commercial spots, and we'll be able to get that national coverage and media attention for tourism for the county.
That's excellent.
So I'm very grateful for the negotiations that took place to get that on our behalf. That was really awesome.
Okay.
So we'll play ball from Thursday until next Tuesday, so all through the weekend. And you can get, for $10, you can see all the games for that day. So if you want to see all 3 games that day, it's $10, and you come in, and the ballpark food prices are really low. So it's really affordable for families to come out and spend the day at the ballpark. And again, just the community experience of being out there and all the other things that there are to see and do will be fun. Another thing that people really should not miss is the Arts Council does have their Baseball is Art exhibit. If you have not been in there, it's a free exhibit. And everything in there, it's all art that has to do with baseball. And there are quilts made from, I saw one quilt that was made from baseball T-shirts from the different Posts teams. T-shirts or American Legion T-shirts. And then the Lego art, there is a guy who does mosaics with Legos of different baseball players' cards. And then there are some baseball mitts that have gorgeous paintings of either a baseball scene or a baseball player on them. So it's really cool. Lots of different artwork that has to do with baseball. And that's on exhibit for the whole month in the Arts Council in Shelby on Washington Street. And the Earl Scruggs Center will have a Pickin' on the Square on Saturday, my birthday, on August 15th. At 5 o'clock, between 5 and 8, they will have bluegrass music out on the courthouse lawn, which is the Earl Scruggs Center. And so they'll be sponsoring that. And their theme is music and food recording history. So they have a program going on from 2 to 3:30. And then also the Pickin' on the Square from 5 to 8. And we have some new businesses in Uptown Shelby that opened over the weekend. Newgrass Brewery, which is a small craft brewer. They opened on Saturday during the 7th inning stretch. So there are a couple new businesses to check out while you're milling around town between ball games. And then once we get through all of the baseball games, we have some other things coming up, like Uptown Shelby Association is still doing their summer cinema. So on Thursday, August the 20th, you can see a movie for $1, and then you can get free popcorn and then a drink for $1. So for $2, you can get a movie, drink, and popcorn. And they show that movie at 10 and then also at 7, and that movie will be WALL-E. And I love that movie, WALL-E. And then Travis Powell, who does an Elvis impersonation, a very, very good Elvis impersonation, will be at the Don Gibson Theater on August the 21st. So that's an evening with Elvis.
He's one of the top in the nation Elvis tribute artists.
Yes, he is. He does a great job of being Elvis.
And that's what day?
That is on August the 21st.
Okay.
At the Don Gibson Theater.
So this is kind of Elvis month, Elvis week, if you will.
It is. I'm pretty sure that was scheduled in August for that reason, and then not to try to compete with everything going on with American Legion. It was on the 21st. Plus, Travis's schedule stays pretty booked up. So, but it is Elvis month. We had a guest speaker this morning at Shelby Breakfast Rotary who lives in Memphis, and he said he was really glad to get out of Memphis because this is Elvis month. This is actually Elvis week. Because it is the anniversary of his death
on Sunday.
August the 16th.
That's something else happened that day. But it's a minor occurrence.
That would be your birthday.
That would be my birthday.
So, but we won't ever forget your birthday or the anniversary of Elvis's passing either because of that. But that's a great time to see the Elvis tribute show.
Okay.
And then also in August, we have on August the 29th, Kaiser's 125th anniversary.
No kidding.
And their festival will be starting at noon, and it'll go well into the evening. They're around 10 o'clock, they're hoping to wind down, but they have live music all day long.
Yeah.
They have people in costume. They have a silent film. They have slideshows and exhibits to show the history of Kaiser and of that part of North Carolina.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a really fun, historic heritage event in Kaiser at Kaiser Park. And everything is free to the public. And they will be doing some things to raise money for the memorial. They have a Veterans Memorial in Kaiser.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful monument. And so they'll be raising money because they want to make sure and get all the veterans on there. So they're that's just a continual process of making sure that everybody's honored on there. So they will be doing some fundraisers and things with that. That's also the day that Mickey Gilley will be at the Don Gibson Theater.
Okay.
So you can go out to Kaiser for the daytime and see Mickey Gilley that evening. And if you don't want to see Mickey Gilley, you can see the concert at Kaiser. So there's lots of stuff going on that weekend. And that's also the weekend of the Clear Mountain View Music Festival at Elliott Family Farms.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is the 27th through the 29th. And they have camping. They have bands all 3 days. They have some really good lineup. And they have a website. I'm not even going to name all the bands that they have. It's insane how many. You can get a whole weekend pass. You can get a day pass to just see the bands for that one day. Come and camp. You can just go up for the day. And they have food vendors, all kinds of clothing vendors and craft vendors. And then their barbecue shack is open as well. And if you haven't had barbecue from Elliott Family Farms, it's worth a trip just to eat their barbecue chicken. They have awesome barbecue chicken that they raise there on the farm.
Okay.
And also the pork that they use for the barbecue is raised on the farm.
Yeah.
So it's real local foods and a lot of fun there. So that's August 27th through the 29th. So there is no weekend free in August.
No, it's something every
pretty busy.
So don't go around. There's nothing to do.
Never say that. No.
I'm gonna take a nap. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
I think we have really. I've been here for 9 years now as the tourism director, and I really have seen a big change in attitude in people in this whole region.
Yeah.
And I don't hear that anymore. But they may be afraid to say it because I did threaten to smack people if they said there's nothing to do. But I've noticed people really taking a lot more pride in Cleveland County and even the surrounding counties.
Okay.
They're taking a lot more pride in being able to share our home with guests that come in and being excited to say, we have the Earl Scruggs Center, we have the Don Gibson Theater, we have the American Legion World Series, we have Liberty Mountain, which is a play done at the Joy Performance Center in June that tells the history of Kings Mountain. There's just so much growth and excitement, and that momentum just keeps going, and things keep coming and growing, and businesses are excited to be here and kind of fighting over space in our downtowns because they know that there's so much going on and excitement, and there are people coming. There's people coming from all over all over the United States are here right now for American Legion World Series. So
that's right.
It's a fun time, and it's really been a fun process of seeing all of our citizens start to take pride in their hometown and really be excited about what we have to offer and all the things there are to see and do.
That's exactly right. Well, so anything else on your schedule there?
I won't tell you what's coming up in September, so you'll have me back on the show.
Certainly
and
we
we'll
will.
talk about that. And we need to get back to Andy Griffith trivia at one point.
We just keep talking about that now. It's been
a year, I think,
at least
since
a
we did
year.
that.
It'll be 2 years probably before we know it if we don't
Charlie
soon get busy.
Cavness pointed that out, and he had some questions. He tried to trip me up the other day by asking me what Goober's last name was.
Powell.
See, it is Goober Pyle, but Andy introduced him on a show once as Goober Beasley.
Well,
but it is Goober Pyle. That was his name throughout the rest of the show, but apparently he has two last names.
You know, sometimes, and I love Andy Griffith, and don't get me wrong, I love the show, but sometimes there were inconsistencies in names.
There was Emma
Clara
Watson.
had different last names, So there were little inconsistencies at times.
continuity. I think they just had 2 last names. Like me
Yeah.
with Sibley Newton.
That's
they
right.
just had 2 last names. So
Absolutely.
we're just going to chalk it up to that.
In a little bit, I'll show you a picture of my great nephew. He looks like Rafe Hollister in a necktie.
We'll have to look at that. So,
All right.
before we go off, though, I would like to remind everybody that ClevelandCountyEvents.com
Mhm.
is the community website that has all the community calendar events on it.
Mhm.
And people can put their events on it as well. If
Okay.
they're having, it can be a community event or it can be a large tourism event.
All right.
But you can submit your own events to ClevelandCountyEvents.com.
Now, we had a guest here. Was it yesterday? What's today? Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it was yesterday. We had a guest here about the Beth Ware Fair.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
coming up as well.
The 18th through the 22nd, I believe. I think that's the
think
dates on that.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18th through the 22nd.
Yeah.
So don't forget the Beth Ware Fair.
And
down
that's
in
a nice
Kings Mountain.
fair. They have rides,
Mhm.
a lot of carnival rides. And
Going to have a cruise in this year.
They do. They have a lot of great things.
Yeah. All right.
Lots of
Jackie,
stuff.
good to see you again.
Good to be here.
And I know you're going to be all busy with the
Yep.
World Series and everything else going on. So
Come see
hope
me
you
at
have-
the stadium. I'll
and-
have my little mobile office set up over there, but I'll be at the stadium the whole time.
fantastic. And have a happy birthday Saturday.
You have a happy birthday the day after that.
That's right. We'll both do our birthdays. They always do this. Like I said, they always do this World Series.
In honor
In
of
honor
our
of our birthday.
birthdays.
We can't
We're really
Hey, how
thankful
much
for that.
we appreciate that. All right, folks. Join us tomorrow. Sandy Alexander will return with us tomorrow for Community Profile. We'll see you then.